Hi everyone, my name is Heather and I'm the person behind Happy Puppy Truffles. Today I wanted to share with you guys an arrangement that you can create with origami and put on a board called a shikishi in Japan. And these are often used for displays for calligraphy and artwork, and also for origami when you want to present something like as a gift or hang it in your home. And I wanted to do a few things that would be for the holiday season. So I've got, I think, 4 or so of them that I was going to share with you guys, 4 different little variations of projects. And today I'm going to show you guys how to make one with some like trees. And what we've got here are, I've got my board already covered here with some paper. This is just some handmade paper. I kind of put it in strips, 3 strips, and tried to keep a couple of raw edges so that it kind of looked sort of like a blustery day, a kind of snowy day, if you will. But and then just to kind of have a little fun with some colors that I had of some paper, rather than just, you know, screaming traditional Christmas green, I found a really pretty kind of deeper green here. And I also happened to find some really cool, really textured paper. And what I wanted to do was add it to the bottom of my trees to create sort of this little double color effect. Now, if you've made this traditional just tree, you know that the color here usually is white if you have a double-sided paper, but because my paper is a handmade paper, it's the same color. You could double up all of it, or I just didn't have big pieces of paper anymore. I just had little tiny pieces, and this was one of my favorite papers that I had saved for many, many years. And what you can do is actually with just even a small scrap bit like this, and I should tell you guys maybe about how big this is, but I don't know exactly. My paper was 15 by 15 centimeters, and it looks like this little guy here, he's almost 6 by 6 centimeters. So, and you could certainly play with this and see what you've got at home too, and kind of make it work for what you're doing. But what we've got, if you take the tree here, we've got it all folded. All I want to do really essentially is include it right here. But you can go ahead and kind of open things up here and see that if I can create sort of like a cap for this top part. So I've got my little square of paper here, and I can just fold each of these outer edges into the center just the same way as the bottom part of that tree is folded. And once you kind of get this part worked out, you know, that's the same no matter what size your original paper is. Go ahead and make it so that the part that has the seam is where the seam is on here too. And you know, just slide it up inside there. And if you're working with a piece that's a bit bigger, you know, you don't want the paper to go too far beyond here, because then you'll be able to see it up here when you fold the paper around. But something like this worked perfect. So, and then I could just fold everything back, and I still get this cool tree effect with a double color but without a lot of weight. And it works great if you just have scrap paper lying around. Now because I've folded it and included it with things, it stays on pretty good. And then we're of course going to be putting a lot of glue on things here so that I can go ahead and arrange everything on my board. Now I'm just going to first start off really quick, and I've done this with my other two too, is I just want to go ahead and add just a tad bit of glue specifically to the tree, because this particular model has a tendency to pop open pretty easily. So I'll glue this little flap, for example, in the back that has a tendency to pop open, and then I can put a bit of glue, you know, right here too, to give myself a good chance for things to kind of stick there, and also on the underside too. And that should hopefully give you something that's a little bit more flat and easy to work with. So there's certainly so many ways you could arrange this depending on, you know, what kind of effect you're looking for. I'm going more for a you know, implied image here. I don't really want it to look exactly like a forest necessarily, so I'm just going to kind of randomly apply these guys here. Let me put a whole bunch of glue then on the back of all of this. Of course, I do want to kind of follow things so that it's straight at least a little bit, if I can. So with these guys kind of in place here, then I wanted to add a little bit of decoration to them, and you could certainly get some rhinestones or things like that from your craft stores if you like putting those kinds of decorations on things. I have some foil origami paper, and it actually is a double-sided paper with green on one side and red on the other. I don't think the green looks that great with everything, so I'm just going to use the red. But one thing you can use is just an old hole punch, and just kind of use that to create some little tiny little ornament kind of effects here. And you can kind of, you know, depending on the kind of hole puncher you have. This is a really old school one that you can just, you know, kind of do whatever you want with. But so I'm just going to put glue, of course, on everything here. And really the easiest thing to do is to just pick it up with your finger, put it on a little glue, and then just kind of stick it on someplace and use your finger to kind of keep it off of it if you can. So again, you just want to keep it a little bit of glue. And it helps to have like a nail or something to kind of keep it from going everywhere. But just randomly kind of apply these wherever you think would be a good spot for them, of course. And it's easy after a while to kind of get things a little, you know, your finger can get a little too covered with glue. Just, you know, make sure to wash your hands every now and again if you need to. So this is kind of one of the little trees completed there. And then if you want, you can go ahead and put stuff on the others as well. I'll go ahead and put the little sprinkles on the rest of these guys. Or you could, you know, do a different kind of color for different trees. You can have lots of fun with the way you do stuff in terms of setting this up. It's just kind of up to you guys of how you want to do it. And just one of many ideas of how you can do it too. I mean, there's so many different ways that you can use these pieces of origami here to kind of decorate. So I'll see what I can get here for this. So that's kind of how things look when you're done, and of course there's lots of different ways you can do this, so many different variations. You can use lots of different jewels and stickers and all sorts of things that you could do. It's a great and fun and easy origami project that you can do even with kids and get a chance to kind of make a finished special kind of picture that you can save throughout the years. Even have your kid make one every year is a great way to kind of show their progress and how different they look at the world. I hope you guys all have a really wonderful holiday season. I'll have lots more fun projects for you guys as we get closer and closer to Christmas. Thank you always so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.